Hey, Mike Lavasser here. April 24th, 2021. I thought it'd be about time I give an updated tour of my studio. Here's the long view when you first come up the stairs. And yes, I got a lot of stuff. Uh, let's start over here. Percussion station, conga drums, bongos, whole bunch of this, that, the other, shakers, you name it. Um, there's a gong, a couple of triangles, whistles, hey, all kinds of stuff here. No drum set would be complete without a gong and a nice tubular bell hanging over there in the background. This is a great drum set I got years ago from a buddy of mine. Two separate sets and I combined them into one. A ton of cymbals going all around. Fixed hi-hat over there in the corner. Open hi-hat over there. Let me show you what it's like if you're the drummer. Yeah. Anyway, what else have I got? Let's look over here. I got a beautiful Kurzweil PC4, which is 88 fully weighted keys, great for taking to a gig when I got to play a real piano. Yes, hammered dulcimer, one of my toys that I love to play with and mess around with. Tons of amps, microphones, huge PA setup all over the place. Here's my awesome guitar collection. My Gibson Trini Lopez Standard that I bought at Manny's Music back in 1968, I believe. I've got a Epiphone Nighthawk. Behind that's a Guild D4, really nice acoustic guitar. I've got an Ovation acoustic electric guitar. More amps. Telecaster style guitar with a whammy bar. A real Fender Strat. Epiphone Les Paul. Of course, got to have a banjo and a mandolin and a ukulele. Miscellaneous stuff over here. It's an old Hammond drum machine from like the 50s. That's stained glass of our Sally, who was a beautiful, beautiful dog. What have I got over here? Okay. A Moog theremin. A theremin that I built from a kit. Let me go in this way. There's a auto harp, Oscar Schmidt auto harp for playing old Lovin' Spoonful songs, believe it or not. It's one of the oldest synthesizers I have, a Korg M10. And my first synthesizer is this one here, an ARP Axe. This is my old Fender Rhodes piano that I used to lug around for many years. Various effects box, African hand piano, a kalimba. Nice Yamaha DD55 drum machine. Over here I've got a Behringer DeepMind 12 on the bottom. A Behringer version of the ARP Odyssey. At the time that I bought the Axe, I couldn't afford a Mini Moog, and I couldn't afford the Odyssey, so I bought the Axe. But now Behringer came out with one which is super inexpensive. This is another Behringer module that recreates everything in the original Mini Moog. There's a little Korg drum machine above that. This is my main station over here. I've got a Kurzweil PC3 on the bottom, a Korg Triton on top. Then I've got a Roland Axe, which is one of those strap-on keytars. And this, I absolutely love this, a Hammond melodica with a built-in pickup. And I use it with a wireless setup too. And there's my old faithful organ module, a Roland VK8M. What have I got behind me? PA gear, lots of PA gear. Modules from the 80s. Oberheim Matrix 1000, Korg Wave Station, a Proteus 1. I've even got a MIDI bass in here. More melodicas, a Yamaha KX5 that I used to use tied to my MIDI bass years ago. A Moog Source synthesizer, great sounds. Korg Poly 6 that has a MIDI retrofit in it. And the bottom, this is my old Emax sampling keyboard. Great stuff. This one I love with the reverse color scheme. It's a Korg Stage Vintage electric piano. And yeah, that's a Yamaha DX7, the classic sounds of FM digital synthesis with a small Novation K-Station on top, a couple of miscellaneous monitors. You've already met my guitars. Meet my basses. I've got a Hagstrom bass from like the early 70s, an Rogue fretless bass for trying to play like Jaco Pastorius, an authentic Hofner Beatle bass dated from the late 60s, and I've got a Fender Jaguar bass, which is a great playing bass. I've also got a bass ukulele, which Everett likes to mess around with. And yeah, bass amps galore. That's Everett's blue guitar. More stuff over here. And let's hear the big view. When you're back here where I am playing, here's what you see when you look around. This is my playroom. Well, me and Everett, plus my friends who are fellow musicians. I've got some other things here. There's closets. There's more gear in the closets, believe it or not. Some old violins, a trumpet, even a clarinet. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for taking the updated studio tour 2021.